Hey guys, Chris and Jamie from Tillman Family Farms. Today we are moving a group of egg layers. We've already gotten them moved, but I do want to spend some time talking to you about how we move them, what we do, how we water them, how we feed them, and all that kind of good stuff. So y'all hang out with me and we'll have a little egg laying chicken lesson. All right, so we've done videos on that bad boy right there. That is our egg mobile. That is a chicken coop that is on a trailer. It is designed to, ooh, Jamie's feeding a little bit. A little, you've been locked up. Look at all those birds in a line like that. Is that called getting your chickens in a row instead of ducks in a row? Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, so that house right there is designed to house and accommodate about 100 to 125 egg laying chickens. This pasture over here is where we have kept these birds for this summer. Last summer they were on the other side of the farm out in the big pasture. We ran about probably 110 to 15 birds last year. But that thing right there, what we do, that fancy screening door right there, we keep it closed, and the birds go in and out of the little ramp. And then at night, when they're all in there on roost, which I'll walk over in a second and show that to you, but when they're all on roost, we'll come out and we'll shut the slide door on them, and we'll leave it like that till the next morning. And then we'll come out and we'll take the netting down and we'll move the netting and all that kind of good stuff. So this little pasture over here is where they'll stay for the winter. So it's October now. I mean, you can still see, so we're in Georgia, so our grass still grows pretty good in October. So we've had some rain. We had some rain this morning, and a lot of this will grow back. Horses are over here, but so this is what happens. You get that, which that's horse manure, and then the chickens will come and spread that out. And then the chickens will share their droppings. And then that's gonna fertilize this field even more. So when spring hits, this joker is gonna pop out nice and bright green. It is a cycle of life around this place, and it always has been, and it always will be. So I'm gonna talk to you about the netting, the gate, and let's go take a look inside the coop real quick, and I'll show you what we got going on over there. So we have two rollaway 10-hole boxes. These girls love each other, so they take turns, they come in and out. We have a piece of carpet that is cut down in the bottom of both of those troughs. And then this piece here all the way down comes off. And then if we so want to, that piece right there will fold over to where they can't get in these boxes at night. We try to let them have at it. Then on this side, this is a 10-foot long roost for them to get on. The floor is slatted so that most of the manure gets through there. I clean this thing out about twice a year, and it gets a pressure washer in the spring. So not quite ready for that. But here's the biggest reason we moved it over here. So I had a conversation with somebody not long ago that didn't understand this, but we moved it over here because the house is right there, and we'll be able to get a cord over here so that we can put a light in here. Chickens need 13 hours. Hang on, I'm talking to you guys. Let me turn this thing around. All right, chickens need 13 hours of light a day to lay eggs. When a chicken reaches its maturity, it has every egg inside of it that it's ever gonna lay, okay? So they're only gonna lay a certain number of eggs. A laying chicken, these crossbreeds that are your Isa Browns or your Golden Comets or any of those birds like that, that lay about 300 eggs a year, those birds are only gonna be good for about a year and a half. They'll go through a time where they don't lay at all, and then they lay like crazy, and then they start slowing down. So with us being in a business, it is beneficial for us to go ahead, keep lights on the birds so that they continue to lay, and we do a replacement cycle every year. So some of your birds that are not the production type birds, we'll go and we'll bring in more of those, and some of the ones that are your slower laying birds that only lay, I don't know, 180, 200 eggs a year, those will stay because they don't lay an egg every day. They lay one every couple of days. So we like to have our eggs all mixed up. So we like the greens, the blues, the browns, the dark browns, the dark reds, and even occasionally a white one. We like to throw one in there just to fool everybody. So anyhow, that's the house. that's the explanation as to why it's getting moved over here. And let me talk to you about this netting real quick. All right, so electric poultry netting. Okay, so these things come, first of all, so this is 48 inches tall, and unlike a lot of other netting, so this netting here is a smaller hole, so the birds can't get through it. When they're younger, they still can. This company is Starkline. We have a relationship with Starkline that started quite some time back, a couple years ago, when we couldn't get our hands on any of the other brand, and oh, chicken's trying my gate out. So we ended up using their product, and we did some videos on it, and they reached out to us, and I would say that we're somewhat of a brand ambassador now. We have a discount code for this stuff. There'll also be a link down in the description. You can go through that link if you're so inclined to buy this stuff, and you can receive a 10% discount on any of this stuff. But down at the bottom, it has 2 spikes. You push it in the ground, and it makes it nice and easy, nice temporary fencing. It took us all of about 20 minutes to set up this whole paddock that goes way down around there. So this is 2 sections that are 164 feet long. Give the chickens some new grass down there. Of course, you can kind of see where some of this was in their last paddock. But in order to get this where we needed it to be, we had to incorporate some of that. So anyhow, that's basically what the netting is all about. They also make these fancy gates, which this is not how they, oh, James, can you come help me with a spare hand for a second? So that right there goes over that like that. Man, look at that. Fancy little gate. I know I've watched a ton of videos where people will just come and they just push this down and they hike a leg over the top of it. And man, it just wears out and stretches your stuff all out, and nobody likes it when it's all stretched out. So anyhow, fancy gate, awesome netting. We got to get a charger over here. Our water barrel's still way over there. Chickens were hanging out under the tree this last part of the summer. So we're gonna get that stuff moved over and get these guys settled in, and then get out of here before the rain catches us again. So we get questions all the time about how do you water this many birds without driving yourself crazy? Well, this is it. This is a different variation. A lot of people will have a bigger coop, and maybe out here on this, they would have a tank of water, and they would bring another trailer out here and fill that up. But all this is this is a 55-gallon drum with a water spigot put in the top of it, a piece of hose going down to a float valve on the side of a bucket. You can use a rubber pan or whatever. We have found that that metal bucket, the chickens can't turn it over as easily. So yeah, that's simple. We put it on a pallet so that if it's still full, we can scoop it up with a tractor and move it around. But for the most part, that's it. 3 or 4 days. When this set is way out in the pasture. See if I can spin you around without getting you drunk here. And we use that trailer right there, has a pump motor on it. We'll fill up that tank and haul it out. So that's basically how we handle watering these guys. All right, guys, this is one of those what we're working on type videos. This morning we had to get out here and move these chickens around. So we're gonna close this one down. Remember that you can go down in the description. There's a link to Starkline netting down there if you're using netting for horses, pigs, goats, sheep, chickens, whatever it may be. And the horse netting works for cows too. So if you're looking for a temporary solution and need a permanent fix, Starkline will help you out. But anyhow, this is how we move our egg birds around. Appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you on the next video.